Welcome back to and we're here with our horror episode. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe, comment, like, follow, let everybody know about us, share, and if you are a part of our family, spooky. Let the games begin.
D-Lo Beats.
Hey, it's me, Ari Lee, the first Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th with Mama, and I'm kicking it with Mitch. That's right, Jason never died. The OG.
Today's episode is our top 20 80s horror movies. This list was very hard. Some are going to disagree, some are going to agree, and some are going to say, "What were you thinking, Mitch?" Oh well, let's jump right into it. At number 20, Gremlins. Yes, those itty bitty, cute little fuzzy, adorable, I don't even know if you call it an animal, but Gremlins. Yes, the first one. Don't eat anything past midnight and don't wet them up, and you got trouble. Very cute movie, very entertaining, and as it kept going, it just entertained us to the fullest. But Gremlins definitely is by far my number 20 pick. Beetlejuice. 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 Yeah, that's that guy. And he definitely comes in at number 19. Very entertaining. The ghost with the most. It definitely took us down through there for an enjoyable ride. Got to enjoy Michael Keaton and everything they did back then for that movie with just practical effects and no CGIs and things like that. And hey, they've got a new installment coming in September. Yeah, look forward to seeing it. But in the 80s, I definitely have to give him number 19. It is something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Yeah, I'm giving that number 18. Ghostbusters really rocked our world with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and Slimer. And hey, it was a wonderful, wonderful time back then for ghosts with the most. Can't get most from that freaky ghost. We gonna call the Ghostbusters. They're rounding off number 18. Number 17, Maniac Cop. An officer who turns in all the bad guys ends up getting played by the good guys and sent to jail with the bad guys, and guess what happens? He gets killed. Or at least we thought. Yeah. Comes back, kills everybody who had anything to do with it. Yeah. Number 17, Maniac Cop. Number 16, those lovable clowns. Yeah. The killer clowns from outer space. Woo! Yes, gotta love it. Cocoon, candy, cotton candy cocoons. Yeah, crazy. Puppets, human puppets, crazy. Great movie, I enjoyed it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's going to be my number 16th pick. Number 15 is going to be Fright Night. Yeah, Fright Night. I recently seen this, but I really enjoyed it. Great acting, vampire movie, and gotta love Amanda Beard. Got a chance to talk to her about that. And it was an awesome movie about vampires and that type of deal. But I have to definitely say that's number 15. Now this is going to shock a lot of people, and this I'll tell you why. Number 14 is Friday the 13th, Part 1. Has absolutely nothing to do with Jason. Nothing. Zero. Jason's mother, on the other hand, is the person doing all the killing, and at the very end, we actually see Jason. But I have to say, it's my number 14th pick. I'm not a huge fan of Jason Voorhees. I have respect for him and what he's done in the horror game, but definitely number 14 for me on my list of 80s horror movies. Number 13 is House. This particular house is taken over and gives this particular family some pretty tough times. And with that being said, it's got a lot of adventure and horror to it. But House definitely was my number 13th pick. Number 12 is Creepshow, based off of a lot of different stories. And with those stories being said, it leads to a lot of different things. And coming in at number 11 is Pinhead himself. Yes, Hellraiser. Definitely crazy. That little box could do so much. And definitely had a lot of intriguing story with it. Hellraiser definitely took the bar up. And I would have loved to see Hellraiser cross over with another movie we'll mention later on. Number 10. Akwi Dui Dambala. Yeah. Some guy named Charles Lee Ray. Some doll named Chucky. Yeah, that little doll caused so much havoc for so many years to come. But in the 80s, when he jumped on the scene, it was definitely something we had never experienced. And Chucky is definitely someone that still resonates with us to this day as a TV series and movies come. Number 9 is The Fly. That was a gross movie, but very, very good. Gina Davis and her acting in there, and this machine that accidentally gets a fly, and this poor guy just starts falling to pieces. And man, that was under the radar, but definitely a classic. At number 8, Carolyn and Poltergeist. Yes. Who would have thought that that poor girl? Rest in peace to all the people in real life that passed away after that movie. There's only like a couple that are still alive, but the movie itself was a classic. Number 7, here's Mitch. Nah, The Shining. Awesome movie. Jack Nicholson nailed it. This should be higher on the list, but when I explain to you the other ones, you'll see why I put him where he is. But The Shining was definitely awesome. Scary, not spooky, but very thrilling and had us on the edge of our seat. Number 6, The Thing. Oh my God. An alien or whatever you want to call it, killing everybody, possessing their body. Oh my God. If you have not seen The Thing, you need to check it out now. Period. Amazing movie. At number 5, Groovy Baby. Yeah, Ash himself. Evil Dead Part 2. Michigan native. Movie was classic. The Book of the Dead. The Necronomicon. Yeah. Evil Dead number 2 was a classic. And I enjoyed every bit of it. Number 4 is where this gets interesting. I'm gonna go with Halloween Part 2. Now some says, why isn't Halloween 1 on your list, Mitch? Well, it came out in 1979. So, can't put 79 in the 80s. But Halloween 2 continues from the Part 1 movie. And Michael Myers, the horrified everybody in that hospital so much as he got the opportunity to get on that list at number 4. And, you know, I enjoyed it. Dr. Loomis, Jamie Lee Curtis, the movie was awesome. At number 3, and here we go. Number 3 is Predator. Some call it an action movie, but let's be honest, it's a horror movie. It's a monster going around killing people in the jungle. And unfortunately, everyone dies except for Dutch and Manina. And Billy told him, we're all gonna die. Number 2, Asshole with Elbows. Yeah, Aliens. Yes, with Sigourney Weaver and everybody. That was a wonderful movie and really introduced us to a lot of things going on in that alien world, and it just left us just with wanting more. Classic. And yet another person or another movie that is suggested more action, but there's aliens going around killing people, and that's considered horror. So Aliens is our number 2. And if you know me, you know. Well, before we mention number 1, let's go with our honorable mentions. Honorable mentions to the movie Critters Part 2. Those krites, oh my goodness. Those little bitty things could cause so much trouble. Honorable mentions to The Return of the Living Dead, a classic. I wanted to put it on the list, but I have to give it an honorable mention. Honorable mentions to The Fog. Man, the fog was so deep, you couldn't see anything, and by the time you saw something, it was a little too late. Lost Boys, another great vampire movie, but I gave Fright Night over Lost Boys, so that's why Lost Boys ends up being an honorable mention, but a good movie. Little Shop of Horror. Seymour. Yeah, classic. But our number 1 movie, and like I alluded to a little bit ago, if you know me, you know that I am a Nightmare on Elm Street fan. And by far that is my favorite. Freddy Krueger. How could you go wrong? Don't fall asleep. If you do, you might not wake up. Fred Krueger. Yeah, he's the number 1 in my eyes. And number 1 on my list of 1980 horror movies. Hit the like, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment. I am waiting to hear from you. I am going to reach out to each and every last person, and I want to hear how you feel. If you're new to the channel, so support us, subscribe. Thank you for kicking it here.
Thanks for kicking it with Mitch.
Here's Johnny.